I am the Nilotic, a pansexual cross-dressing rapper,
All
MC,
right.
and an all-around artist.
Your brightest hope, Saul Williams. Silicone, saline, poison, inject me, baby, I'm a free bitch, I'm a free bitch. Have you ever heard of a misogynist and cross-dresser? I am out as a women tend to be my stressor. Alice is my oppressor. Now I hate the female in the tail end of this whole story. The circuit became on sale, so unsex me here. So you would never fear that my hate would never sear. The clitoris to the shaft, rough draft. My declaration of war on the opposite gender of the contender of the sword. Bitterness of distress, pussy led me towards to the core, restore my faith of feminine agenda. Why can't they all be tender? They are the broken gas, passive in tranquility. I hate them in everything other than nudity. They haven't become hollow, they always were.
Yeah, fuck. Not only am I a rapper, but I'm also a film director. Recently graduated from Tribeca Flashpoint, downtown Chicago in the Loop. Directed various short films and also music videos for other artists. I'm currently working on shooting some music videos for some of my new songs from my new album Lullabies for a Lifestyle, which will be out very soon and everyone should check it out. Trapped in my spiral cage, I see things I wish didn't exist, but I keep a list of those I created here and insist.
Technically in this world, possessing every girl that I meet in these haunted halls. I stretch my arm through my bars and touch the breathing walls. Then the shrieking call breaks forth through my throat and stalls my memory from revealing my escape from this cage as I crawl toward the wall. The drips of fresh mucus, come join us through this doorway and kiss me forever in this death landscape. The only way to stay me is evil, uncivil, never civil up like clay. To pay for your sins, rhythm singing me with pins my cage finally open and step through the striped door down. Give me the monster. This is my false reality. Only the fallen are what's real. Where the lie is the truth and the truth is a lie.
What have you heard about the Nilotic?
The Nilotic?
Yes.
You're at your beginning stages, so it's pretty cool to see all your songs and whatnot that you're churning out like a factory.
So I had a t-shirt made to promote Messiah Complex. Just came in the mail. Let's see what it looks like. Alright. There's a giant 7 on the front. On the back, this is Nilotic, part of my poem, and then on the bottom it says Messiah Complex. It's pretty badass. I don't like to limit myself to one type of thing because a lot of people are just known as like a filmmaker or a recording artist and whatnot, but I like to make music. That's what I'm really focused on right now, but I'm a writer by nature, so I write poetry, I write short stories, working on some novels actually.
Interesting.
I paint and I draw too, so, and also I graduated from film school, so I'm also a filmmaker. So I try to dabble in as much as I can.
I rose from off of the doctor's slab. I lost a piece of my heart. Now everyone gets to take a stab. They cut me up into parts. I gave a piece to my mother. I gave a piece to my man. I gave a piece to the rock star. He took the good stuff and ran.
I tell you, and no man had ascended up to heaven, but he that came down, even the Son of Man reaches. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man, that whosoever believeth should not perish but have eternal life. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son.
So what do we come here to do, Dave?
We came
Nilotic.
to destroy things.
How we gonna do that, man? How are you gonna destroy things?
Weapons of mass destruction.
So what do you got planned for everybody?
World domination.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's real. What's good, scheme?
I'm chilling. Those are like real nice answers, my man gave just now.
See Alice's body lying on the floor, contort the way the world looks through the door, pouring from her chest, rivers of blood, slivers of a flood, but not buried in the mud, strip-naked and exposed to the air. She's got no more to spare, but beware of this affair. Right there when you stare, I tear a gash up and down her heart, leave a rash where her body tears apart. She was pregnant with a weapon, so come in when I get it. Just a second, a little force abortion. Go ahead and watch my moves of exploitation of audience and actor. Lucifer the detractor. There will always be an Alice, but only one Nilotic, and never-ending balance. There will always be an Alice, but only one Nilotic, and never-ending balance. Never-ending balance!
So weird.
I do think that your lyrics are gonna, gonna get some uproar out of some people in a good and bad way, I think.
But what chooses to drip from your vagina? Is it daisies or black menstrual blood?
These are all informants laying dormant till the days where curse and tribulation. What you see before you is no left behind simulation. Our homes have become our fallout shelters. Helter-skelter, we're terrified of one another. Trust no one in your neighborhood. Father wears an executioner's hood. We all live alone, tethered to the stone. Isolation inside your head, cut off until you're dead.
Life sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
So why don't you kill yourself?
I might actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How would you do it? Would it be a fun way?
Count yourself so lucky I chose not to become a killer, I chose to be a filler.
I was born and raised in the Chicago area, but there's a lot of baggage and dark times in my history that happened in Chicago, so I kind of wanted to get away from that. After I graduated from film school, I moved, actually I'm living in Providence, Rhode Island now. So I kind of needed to go somewhere where I could get away from all the bullshit that that happened in my life back in Chicago. A lot of the friends that I hung out with, like, listened to hip hop. They kind of introduced me to it. But I don't know, back then I was kind of like more discovering it more as a connection with my friends. So I would just listen to like whatever they would listen to or whatever, like I was introduced to some Tupac back then, and more mainstream stuff back then a little bit, I guess. I don't remember a lot of it that I listened to, but back then I was introduced to 3 6 Mafia.
Motherfucking suckers up in here playing these motherfucking games, man. Ain't nothing but a whole ass nigga, man. You know it. Put your finger in this motherfucking phone.
Hey, man, what's up with y'all?
Head back, man, and tell that nigga you up.
Yeah, nigga, I was just getting my dick sucked by the neighborhood hoe. Yo, man, this is my home, man. You know, holla at your boy. This is Cherry Pie. We got Juicy C. You know, it's the most unknown unknowns, man. It's all good. We got the DVD coming out, Adventures in Suburban Hood.
I was into hip hop for a little bit in high school, but then it kind of fell off, and I kind of hated hip hop for a few years because of pretty much because of the new 3 6 Mafia music that they're putting out.
Wow.
Because they were like my favorite group, you know, because I first started listening to like Mystic Styles and their old stuff, which I really like. But then when they put out like Most Known Unknown and Last to Walk, that kind of killed my love of hip hop.
We got the beats pumping out. We got everything good, man. But you know, we gotta push the album back. It's not coming out till 2012, but it's all good because you know our quality is stepping up. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's called Last to Crawl. Remember, it's gonna be in stores December of 2012. Okay? Remember to pick it up. Pick it, the 2-disc platinum edition. We gonna have the funky ass new cardboard covers because that shit is all popping the hinges. You know what I'm saying? The new record companies.
You know, if this is how the music industry is gonna go, and you know, this is how hip hop's gonna go, I don't know if I want to be part of it.
Yeah. This is your boy Cherry Pie. Holla at your boy. I forgot to tell you one thing. We got the new website up with all merchandise. It's called Dangerous Scaminess. That's www.DROOSSKANDLUSC.com. And we got t-shirts, we got shoes, we got shorts. You know, we got everything. We got the new album. We got special edition songs remixed by Juicy J and DJ Paul. We got everything. We got. You know what I'm saying? We got the shoes. We got everything. We got Last to Crawl coming out 2012 December. Okay, be there at the store at midnight. You know, me and my boys are gonna be out at Hot Topic signing shit. Because we got the new clothing, that spike bracelets, spike chains, collars. We got all that shit. We got leashes. You gotta buy the most unknown leashes. You know, you gotta keep that neighborhood O on the chain. You know, that's right. But this is my hood right here. Everything is good. It's good, nigga. We gotta keep it good, keep it fresh, keep everything good. Last to Crawl, nigga. This is Cherry Pie. I'm out.
And it wasn't until years later that I discovered Sage Francis, and that he really opened the door back up for me to get into hip hop, and it showed me that there was, you know, lyricism and talent and ability that could be shown through the art form of hip hop, not just what the media is broadcasting you, you know, on BET and MTV and shit like that.
So the last question is, what are your thoughts on David Sherry?
What?
David Sherry. Okay. All right.
Don't ask that.
Okay. All right, great. Now, what are your thoughts on David Sherry?
Mr. Sherry. Mr. Sherry's a character and a half. I haven't met many people like him. Yeah.
You don't have to answer that.
Why do you keep fucking asking?
It's on the paper.
I didn't write that.
Because there's nothing there to insulate. So it's just like, you know, I go afterwards and
Battle cry, fall now, tell me how the cow speaks of better days, I'll say you'll know the truth. We go back to a tooth for a tooth. We go back to a tooth for a tooth. Believe in the soothsayers and the way I say slayers. Never take candy from an infant. To them, you're an elephant, so don't take their virginity. I love that smell. Tell me of serenity.
Well, what does the Nilotic represent to you?
What does it represent? Yeah. I think it represents like everything that like maybe society doesn't want to see, doesn't want to pay attention to. You know, that's what I feel like you put a mirror in front of, you know, society's face, and it's kind of what I see in your, you know, your style.
When I say I'm a pansexual cross-dressing rapper, What I mean is I simply don't see people as just male or female. I see them as just human. I'm interested in people. And obviously cross-dressing, I'm another Ed Wood, man. Sage Francis is definitely one of my biggest influences in the hip-hop genre. But I take influence from lots of different genres and lots of different types of art, not just music. I'm very influenced by performance art, and a lot of the MCs that I do like are also performance artists, like B. Dolan. I really love B. Dolan, who's also on Sage Francis' record label, Strange Famous. And I'm also a big fan of Immortal Technique and those types of MCs. But I also get inspiration from you know, rockers, because I listen to rock music and lots of different types of music. Some folk music, not a lot of folk music, but some. And like Marilyn Manson is one of my favorite artists of all time. So I really get a lot of my inspiration for what I do from things that I love about Marilyn Manson and things that I love about Sage Francis, and see what I can do with bringing some of the things that I like that Marilyn Manson does, but bring it into like a hip hop setting and see what kind of things stir up in that way. Yes.
This is gonna end up on the internet.
Don't even put this on the fucking internet. I'll be heated at you.
I'm not opposed to doing collaborations with other people. I do work with a producer right now who's called Ill Will, who's been making beats for me. But his sound definitely correlates with what I'm trying to do, which is really good.
I'm Ill Will. I'm from Providence, Rhode Island. Well, East Providence technically. My usual sound for hip hop is I try to make it old school. Like I try to use actual drums and snares. I don't like using synths, claps, 808s, and all that. Unless I'm making it for like a slow type beat, you know, like the R&B beat or something like that. But for sounds, for hip hop, I usually make like a darker, mysterious vibe.
Back in Chicago, I never found anyone that made beats that wanted to work with me. So coming out to Rhode Island, I found someone, so that was pretty cool.
Tell me when you hit the ground to make a sound as if you didn't know you're hellbound. Why'd you buy that rope if you wasn't gonna tie me? Why'd you buy those condoms if you wasn't gonna lay me? Tame the ground running, sing the sound gunning, frame the round drumming. I want your blood as I strip down, leave it to murder cases, see you drown, blown away by fathers not there. Stare into the sun as if you didn't care.
Yeah, I like to switch up my sound a lot and not make the same type of things. I make harder stuff, lighter stuff, more underground. I've made a couple songs that are on a beat that would be considered more poppy, but like dark pop. So I would make music in other genres. I don't like to limit myself to one genre. Like I said, I don't limit to one form of art. I also don't limit to one genre of music. I don't like the genres that divide music, you know, in such a way. I really am not a fan of labels and putting labels on anything. So it's like, I mean, they serve a purpose where it's like, oh, you gotta categorize me in hip hop, but that's not all of what I do. That doesn't describe everything that I am.
Speaking sincerely on this railroad no bound. My mother listens but says everything with no sound. I said I wouldn't make apologies for myself, but I'm sorry for the tears to which I offer no help. Just melt into the platform aimed for heaven. You don't understand why I'm becoming 7. Heaven leaves your face as Lebanon rises to the skies in mountainous lies. Defeat my insignificance and mask my utter ignorance as I film the world we don't see. All of it, all of it, all of it is me, but the mirrors through your cheeks flee from the fact that what we see is only half the picture. This is not a power lecture that fills as a spade does with hair. My incessant speech spit dampen your stare. I'll make apologies to my sister. We don't speak, look, I haven't kissed her. Shut your lips, suppress your hips. Pull off the clips, I sink into the mother's teeth. That's the one to decide to keep. Rejected, eluded son, he's become a bomb. Outbound train from Millennium Station. Chest death kills in anticipation. Fuck my life, I live in cremation. I thought I dropped it, but stayed temptation. Why would I want to save a world that rejects me? Anger injects and slowly infects me, scarring the land and ejecting the free. So I suffer in noise with no secret I'm into boys, or that I enjoy these kind of toys. But you only think the world is dark because your eyes are shut. I am the dead king and the killer of last things, becoming stuck, becoming seven, but walking backwards through the muck. Life's not a rehearsal, it's the whole fucking show. I throw myself at a world with no eyes for me. The empty sockets of popularity bend to ignore me. I give you my body so you can play with my breath. I give you my life so you can play with my death. Sex isn't everything, but everything is sex. Please help me discard this Messiah complex. Outbound train from Millennium Station. Chest death kills in anticipation. Fuck my life, I live in cremation. I thought I dropped it, but stayed temptation. I don't want to be remembered for the way that I die. I want to be remembered for the way that I live. She never had the heart to point out my delusion. I wallow in prehistory, experiencing cry illusions. Why didn't you tell me my life wasn't the edge of a knife? Babbling, dabbling, candlestick betwixt one realm of hate, broken through the gate. And I finally come to grips before I board into infinity. I have failed you, plugged up Earth's sewer, I'm no trinity. But the struggle isn't between destroying or saving the world. It's between destroying or saving myself. Thank you.
What are your future plans?
Take over the world.
Nice one.
No, actually, I have lots of future plans and ambitions that, you know, high goals and dreams. You know, everyone needs to have dreams. That's what keeps us going in life. And a few of my dreams are to, you know, start up my own independent record label called Apocalyptic Rhymes, where I can put out my own music and maybe other people's music who maybe wouldn't be put out on another record label because they're too weird or too dark or some shit like that. Also, you know, making lots of stuff. So yeah, lots of stuff in the works. The end of the world is coming soon, and we need to open our eyes and see what the fuck is going on. Don't blind yourselves. Don't inebriate yourselves. Apocalyptic Rhymes, we write about the end times. Peace.